Is your engine starting to feel a bit tired? Maybe it's hard to start, the idle sounds rough, or it's drinking way more fuel than it should. That get up and go you once loved has seemingly got up and gone. The good news is you don't need a costly overhaul to bring it back. The problem is often a series of small, overlooked details that, when combined, choke the life out of your motor. We're going to fix that today, and I promise you one of these fixes is so simple and cheap, you'll be kicking yourself for not doing it sooner. Let's get the tools out. 1. The deep clean, banishing carbon and sludge from within. Over time, your engine's insides get coated with a black, sooty grime called carbon. It sticks to your valves, your pistons, and clogs up the intake system. For you, this means a rough idle, sluggish acceleration, and sometimes strange knocking sounds as your engine struggles. It's like forcing a marathon runner to breathe through a straw. This buildup happens even faster if you do a lot of short-distance driving or cheap out on low-quality gasoline. But there's a fix. A carbon cleaning is like a spa day for your engine. You have a couple of options here. You can try a fuel additive that you pour into the tank, which offers a mild cleaning effect. For a more serious deep clean, however, you'll want a professional walnut blasting service, where technicians use crushed walnut shells to safely scrub the carbon off your intake valves without damaging the metal. At the same time, don't forget the PCV valve, which stands for the positive crankcase ventilation valve. This little guy is crucial. It removes harmful gases from your engine's crankcase and sends them back to be burned off. When it gets clogged with sludge, pressure builds up, leading to oil leaks, terrible fuel economy, and accelerated engine wear. A clean PCV valve and carbon-free internals mean a smoother ride, quicker response, and a much quieter, happier engine. Plan on doing this every 30,000 to 50,000 miles, especially if you have a direct injection engine. 2. The spark of life, ignition, oil, and preventative replacements. Your engine is a tough piece of machinery, but the parts that support it aren't always so bulletproof. Over time, key components wear out, and when they do, your performance takes a nosedive. We're talking about everything from spark plugs and ignition coils to timing belts and intake hoses. Just a set of worn-out spark plugs can rob your engine of up to 30% of its power. That's a massive loss from a part that's incredibly easy to replace. The best part? Doing it yourself can cost as little as $20 for the plugs, saving you from a $300 bill at the mechanic shop. And let's talk about the bloodline of your engine, the oil. An oil change isn't something you do just when you feel like it. Timing is absolutely critical. Forget the old 3,000-mile myth. Many modern cars running synthetic oil can easily go between 7,500 and 10,000 miles between changes. Some high-end vehicles from brands like BMW can even push 15,000 miles if you're using the correct manufacturer-approved oil. But here's the key. Your owner's manual is your Bible. Don't listen to rumors. Older models or high-mileage engines might need more frequent changes. Following the book ensures your engine stays healthy for the long haul. Number 3, let your engine breathe. The air intake trifecta. Think of your engine as an athlete. To perform at its peak, it needs to breathe clean, unobstructed air. That journey starts with the air filter. If that filter is clogged with dirt and debris, your engine suffocates. It struggles for air, loses power, burns more fuel, and if you have a turbo, you'll feel that dreaded lag like a punch to the gut. A clean filter means smooth airflow, better acceleration, and a quieter motor. While you're replacing the air filter, which usually costs between $25 and $100, you have the perfect opportunity to service 2 other critical parts. Right after the filter is the mass airflow sensor, or MAF sensor. This tiny electronic part measures how much air is entering the engine so the computer can add the right amount of fuel. When it gets dirty, it starts guessing, and it usually guesses wrong. This leads to poor fuel economy, jerky acceleration, and sometimes a check engine light. Cleaning it is incredibly easy. Just unplug it, remove it, and spray it down with a dedicated MAF sensor cleaner. Never touch the delicate sensor wires with a cloth or brush. Let it air dry completely before reinstalling. Finally, there's the throttle body, the gateway that controls how much air actually enters the engine. Carbon buildup here can cause a rough idle, poor throttle response, or even random stalling. With just a can of throttle body cleaner and a soft cloth, you can wipe away all that grime, ensuring your engine can take a deep, powerful breath every single time you hit the gas. Number 4, the $20 fix. Why your gas cap is secretly killing your performance.
All right, we've covered the big stuff, but now it's time for that game-changing detail I mentioned at the start. It's a part that costs next to nothing, is ignored by almost every driver, and can cause a shocking number of problems: your gas cap. That little twist-on cap does more than just keep gasoline from splashing out. It seals the entire fuel system, allowing it to maintain proper pressure. When the seal is old, cracked, or dirty, it fails. The result? A whole list of phantom issues like a rough idle, engine hesitation, random stalling, and yes, that infuriating check engine light. A bad seal also means gasoline vapors are escaping into the atmosphere. You are literally watching your money and your fuel economy vanish into thin air. Sometimes the fix is as simple as cleaning it. Take a clean cloth, spray a little WD-40 on the cloth, and wipe down the rubber gasket on the cap and the metal filler neck. If the rubber seal is dry and brittle, you can bring it back to life by rubbing a tiny pea-sized amount of silicone grease on it. This keeps it flexible and ensures a tight seal. If the cap is damaged, a new one is a cheap and instant fix.
5. The fuel dilemma: clean injectors and quality gasoline. If your car feels like it's lost its edge, hesitating when you accelerate, or using more fuel than usual, the problem might not be with the engine itself, but with how it's being fed. Your fuel injectors are responsible for spraying a fine, precise mist of gasoline into the engine for combustion. Over time, they get clogged with deposits and varnish from the fuel. While those fuel system cleaners you find at auto parts stores can help with minor buildup, a stubborn clog requires a professional touch. A mechanic can perform a pressurized fuel injector cleaning, which blasts away the gunk and restores that crisp, even spray pattern your engine was designed for. The difference is often immediate: sharper throttle response, better fuel economy, a smoother idle, and less misfiring when you put your foot down. This isn't a service you need often, but doing it every 30,000 miles is a smart investment. It's far cheaper than waiting for a misfire and having to pay for a full injector replacement down the line. To prevent this from happening in the first place, stick to using high-quality, top-tier gasoline. Let's be clear, premium fuel doesn't have more power. Its key benefit is a higher octane rating, which resists engine knock, and a more advanced detergent package. These detergents actively clean your fuel system as you drive, preventing those performance-robbing deposits from ever forming. 6. The owner's manual versus myth: the real secret to longevity. Here's the final and perhaps most important piece of advice. In a world of online forums and backyard mechanic wisdom, the single most reliable source of information for your vehicle is sitting in your glove box: the owner's manual. It's shocking how many drivers, reportedly over 64%, delay or ignore their vehicle's recommended maintenance schedule. People follow outdated rules of thumb or advice that applied to cars from the 1990s, not the sophisticated machine you're driving today. The manual tells you the exact type of oil to use, the correct service intervals for your specific driving conditions, and the right kind of parts your car needs, like the fuel cap we talked about. Did you know cars are designed for either a vented or non-vented fuel cap? If you mix them up, you'll create pressure problems in the fuel tank, stressing the fuel pump and choking the engine. The answer isn't a guess, it's in the book. Stop listening to myths and start treating that manual like the engineering guide it is. A proactive owner is a smart owner. By following these steps, you're not just fixing problems, you're preventing them, ensuring your engine doesn't just run, but purrs like it just rolled off the factory floor.